Government docs reveal that Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, makes about 9 million rubles a year. Unfortunately for him, that's in rubles. His officially declared assets seem to consist of a small plot of land, an apartment, and a garage. Today we will tell you 10 ways Putin spends his money. Before proceeding further, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification icon so you can get notified when we upload the next video. 10. His golden toilet is worth $75,000. For all the billions of dollars in illicit, conspicuous consumption for which he stands accused for, the critics have a particular fascination with the now legendary golden toilet. They are somehow certain in claiming that it's worth $75,000. It may not be solid gold, but nothing says decadence like a gold-plated John. 9. Expensive suits and watches. According to Russia Beyond the Headlines, Vlad the Lad, as the British tabloids call him, prefers Italian-tailored suits that cost over $5,000 each. Coincidentally, about the same as the average annual Russian wage. He especially favors those from Brioni, who have dressed Europe's elite for over a century. The authoritative business newspaper Barron's writes that the brand still bespeaks money, power, and success, having won a passionate following among CEOs, movie stars, and assorted world leaders. You don't get them at Walmart, people. His watch collection is worth over $1 million. The obscure but pricey A. Lang & Son could be worth $500,000 alone, or over 3 years of his alleged annual salary. One devoted Putin opponent actually examined public photographs of the president and concluded Putin's watch collection was worth $687,000. Other estimates put it at a cool $1 million. He apparently believes in the importance for the successful autocrat to look sharp and to be punctual. He is rarely, if ever, seen without something impressive on his wrist. For the benefit of assembled media, he likes to give away the cheap $15,000 ones to children and workers. 8. Putin prefers helicopters to cars. The Russian president is said to prefer helicopters over cars. To that end, he has had an indeterminate number of Russian-made Mi-8s, definitely an upgrade from limousines. Basic costs before adding leather upholstery, audio systems, huge TVs, modern lighting, and modern appliances come out to $4 million. Reflecting its VIP cargo, the Mi-8 comes bristling with aggressive countermeasure capabilities. There's over half a dozen by one count. Putin has over 700 cars. One outlandish estimate puts his car collection at 700 vehicles, including vintage Bentleys and an array of supercars from Lamborghinis to Ferraris. His business ride has been an armored Mercedes S-Class limousine priced at $250,000. Among other things, it can go 20 miles at 50 miles per hour even with a tire shot out. Rumor has it that the government has sunk over $50 million into the development of a Russian-made version for the president. 7. Putin was gifted a $35 million yacht. Cars, watches, and suits are just chump change compared to the real money spent on yachts, planes, and palatial real estate. Much of what is suspected comes from a famous 2012 dossier compiled by an especially dedicated political opponent, which identified a collection of 4 yachts, each costing a small fortune to maintain at the government's expense. There's the 57-meter Olympia, worth $35 million, a gift from oligarch Roman Abramovich, better known in the West as the owner of the Chelsea Football Club of the English Premier League. A BBC documentary claims Putin charges the expenses to the state, though it's his own personal property. And there's more where that came from. Bigger and better, this baby is worth $100 million. This yacht has 13 cabins that can accommodate 12 guests and 14 crew members, and it's worth $100 million. It apparently has the largest pool ever installed on a yacht. If they said it came with a crew of mermaids, you'd half believe it. How did he pay for it? Easy. All he had to do was save half his annual salary for 1,200 years. 6. Putin inherited an art collection worth $2 billion. That's Putin on a tour of the Louvre. You wouldn't guess that he's a lover of art, but he does seem to have an appreciation for expensive things. In one of the most tantalizing mysteries of all, rumors persist of a heavily guarded apartment building in downtown Moscow of an art collection worth as much as $2 billion that an elderly couple gifted to their president. The elaborate backstory includes talk of a treasure trove of old masters from Rembrandt to Da Vinci that was hidden from the Bolsheviks during the revolution, and perhaps even stolen from the Nazis in World War II. There are doubts about the legality of the acquisitions and their authenticity. 5. How many planes does one president need? There are, again, multiple allegations concerning Putin's aircraft. Business Insider says he has access to 58 aircraft. but the New York Times says 43, putting to shame the poor little US president who has to make do with one airplane and one helicopter. Total estimated value of the fleet is $1 billion. There's no group photo, so a couple of highlights are worth singling out, like the French-built 19-seat Dassault Falco, the golden plane for the golden boy. This has been identified as a Russian version of Air Force One. The Russian-made Ilyushin 96 is said to be the jet bejeweled and gold-plated by Russian artisans for $11 million. It may even have the infamous gold toilet, but there are no photos to confirm it. Not counting the ritzy extras, the price tag is thought to be $500 million, and if you believe the Daily Mail, there are 4 flying around at the same time to disguise which one the president is actually in. 4. Palaces, mansions, and villas. Putin watchers count 20 palaces, villas, and residences he either has personally or at least has access to. The ownership of most of them is shrouded in secrecy, shell companies, and hidden transactions. Vladimir's official residence is often called Valda, Dolgi Borudi, or Ujin. The estate was constructed in the 1930s to become one of Stalin's dachas. However, the dictator thought the area to be too dangerous. The residence was completed in the 1980s, surrounded by dense forests, and has a single route to the mainland. People can even rent one of the houses on the estate for $800 for a 2-night stay. Villa Segrin is one of the fanciest. Critics have posted aerial footage of the villa refitted as Putin's summer cottage since 2010. Originally built for a Russian czar, the renovations apparently include a billiard room and a swimming pool, with yet more gold. The 50-acre island is audaciously located just 12 miles from the border with Finland and comes with a heavy police presence. The critics call the financing a standard Putin corruption scheme. From lavish estates at undisclosed locations to owning palaces that can rival any royal home, Vladimir Putin has a stunning real estate portfolio with properties worth billions of dollars. As one of the most powerful leaders globally, Putin continues to purchase hefty properties around Russia with a sprawling net worth. 3. Rod Stewart is Putin's neighbor. This is rich. The Daily Mail says that not only has Putin bought a 200,000 square foot, 10-bedroom mansion in an exclusive gated community with rock star Rod Stewart as neighbor, but it has a view of Gibraltar and the beaches of Costa del Sol as an easy drive away too. Did we mention the 22-car garage in the helipad? It also comes with a vineyard featuring an exclusive wine selling for $1,000 a bottle, stored in a climate-controlled cellar with French oak barrels worth $1 million. We're overwhelmed just thinking about it. 2. Putin Palace has its own casino. It's been described as the Russian Versailles. The legendary 17th century French palace has become synonymous with perverse excess. Putin's version is in the Russian south near the Black Sea. The main building is said to be 8 million square feet on 185 acres near the coast. The alleged $1 billion price tag includes helipads, a casino, indoor theaters, swimming pools, and a church, presumably to atone for the sins of conspicuous consumption. It was apparently all personally approved by the president and financed, according to one critic, through a combination of corruption, bribery, and theft. To paraphrase Marie Antoinette, who lost her head over too much luxury at Versailles, let them eat borscht. 1. Unimpressive stock portfolio. You'd be toasting life too if you own 4.5% of Russian oil monster Gazprom, plus 37% of oil supply company Surgutneftgaz. The company's market capitalizations in 2018 are $58 billion and $20 billion respectively. The US Treasury has also declared that Putin has investments in the huge commodities trader Gunvor and may have access to its funds. So basically, aside from using his people's money for his own personal lavish lifestyle, he also has quite the portfolio. Do let us know in the comments what your thoughts are about Putin and his wealth. Thanks for watching.